Okay, so you have 6169 in income. So your living expenses, let's talk about that because you have a lot of living expenses.
Yes.
What I would do if I were in your situation is I would look through those expenses and see what you can cut down until
Mm,
you get this balance down just a little bit so that the interest is getting almost completely knocked off.
right.
You do have the amounts or whatever you said in your checking. I would transfer that over.
Mm-hmm.
I would get both of these into the line. You have a dental bill too.
Yeah.
So let's talk
Forgot
about
about that.
3115. You have a lot of closed accounts. Are you working on those? Are you planning on working on those? What's your idea?
Those are going to be my next priority after I eliminate the debt that is actually being paid on.
Mhm.
Some of those things might have gone away, but I kept track of things. I was poor for a long time after divorce,
Me
and
too. Me too.
and so I left a little trail of things behind. And my ex-husband got me in tax trouble.
Me
So
too.
that, yeah. In fact, the IRS has a lien on me, but the tax lawyer just told me to ignore it because the clock's almost run out.
Oh,
So said
good.
ignore that. He said that lien has no teeth and it's not affecting me in any way. But the state of Connecticut taxes, someday I might have to pay those because there's no statute of limitations.
Right.
But they're not collecting on me. And all of those things, they're not collecting on me. But I know they're there
Right.
and I would like to pay them someday.
Yeah.
The student loan is not in repayment right now, but probably will be someday.
Okay. Yeah, probably. All right. Do you have any chance of that being written off?
I don't know what basis I would, but I can investigate that.
Because that is one thing, like if you, especially if you've made payments for 10 years, they do a write-off.
Yeah.
I mean, they ought to, you've paid the interest, that's all you paid. But with the other, like some of them, depending on the line of work that you're going into or whatever, sometimes they'll do the write-off based on what your degree is.
Well, that student loan debt I took on as a single mother in 2016 in order to prepare to have a career after being a stay-at-home mom and getting divorced. And I became a medical assistant and I took the most expensive path possible, apparently, and then a medical coder. So that's from the two programs that I went to. And so maybe there is some way that they would, I don't know. I don't know if there's any kind of forgiveness program for like single mothers rebuilding their lives.
All right. Well, just with using your line of credit,
Mhm.
picking up the remainder of the debt when you can, and without touching what you have in savings, I'm just giving you the worst case scenario. Your average interest throughout the life of this is going to be about $85 a month. It'll be high when you first start, and then it'll be next to nothing as you get into it. So you're
Mhm.
talking about a 24-month payoff, just working those numbers. Now, if you do like I did and throw, your whole savings into that, then you're talking about cutting this down to maybe a year, depending
Yeah,
on how much you use of your savings.
right. I also signed up with Money Max.
Oh, okay.
So I'm working right now on getting it set up. It's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of a
Okay.
learning curve with it.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a training yesterday, so I need to work on that over the next few days and get it. It's all out of whack right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping with that, telling me just how to move everything around, it'll be even more turbo, if you know what I mean.
That is, yeah, that I know
Yeah.
exactly. And as you pull these payments they're putting in right now into the line and you gain the cash flow, they're going to re-enter it for you and show you how much faster you're going to move. So are you working with Rick?
Yeah. No, I was working with, what's her name, Mandy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell Mandy, if you would like to tell Mandy to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put the dental LOC into the regions. I'm going to put my car into the regions and
Yeah.
let her take that cash flow then, which is going to give you $580 more in cash flow. I bet your jaw is going to drop when you hear how fast you're going to be out of debt. They're
Yep.
awesome. I love them.
Yeah, I am
They're coming to
definitely,
the conference too.
I'm so excited.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I'm super
I'm so
excited. I
excited.
can't wait to meet you guys. Oh my goodness.
I
So
can't wait
you're-
to meet you guys. You changed our lives and
Ah.
already, and we didn't even do it yet and you changed our lives.
Thank the Lord, because
Yeah.
he's the one. He is the one that gives us this wisdom, and he is awesome. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, absolutely.
What other questions do you have?
I think that was it. I just really, I'm glad I waited to talk to you because I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have necessarily taken the checking and put that in there, because my mind wants to, oh, I don't know if I
I know.
want to hold on to that. I
Well,
wasn't
if
sure I
you
would do
need
that.
if you need it, pull it right back out.
That's true.
Yeah.
We could do that. Plus, that's a secured PLOC. So there's $20,000 waiting for us as soon as we're done paying all our debts off and
Oh,
release it.
wow. Good for
Yeah.
you. Well, let me tell you how the secured usually works is that you secure it, and then if you use it correctly for about 6 months, they'll release your funds.
Really?
Yeah, and then
Ah.
you can go ahead and pay off your debt early and be done.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
We're getting ready to take all our savings and put it into this other thing. I'm not a very smart man when it comes to numbers, but I kind of get it.
Uh-huh.
So you're taking any ability for me to get cash out of the Regions Bank, correct or no?
No, do you have the checking account with Regions?
Yes.
Okay, you just
And we can transfer back and forth.
Yeah.
There's no debit card for the PLOC, but we can transfer.
Okay, then as you need cash, if you decide to go that way where you're going to put all of your savings or some of it in there, just as you need it transferred out. Exactly what I do. I'm not telling you to do anything I don't do, but I make suggestions, you make decisions. So you decide what's best for you and what you're comfortable with. That's what matters.
No, I was just curious if you knew how that worked. I'm not
Yeah.
questioning you. I'm just.
Well, I questioned myself when I first started doing it because that is scary to think that because we're used to using loans, and when you put any money into a loan, it's gone. You
Right.
have no access. The line of credit revolving like that's different. And once it pays off, you can turn around and use it again. Once you have $2,000 available, you can pull that 2,000 out.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, let me let you know who you're working with. I am a person for 40 years, just about worked with the same company. They took care of me. I didn't have to buy cars. I didn't have to, I didn't have no credit. I didn't have no bills. They took care of me. They just paid
Wow.
me. They put me up wherever I wanted, wherever I was, they took care of it.
Right.
I just made money and spent it.
Wow.
I don't know anything about credit or anything like that. I don't know nothing.
You're not the first one I've met like that either.
Yeah.
I didn't know about lines of credit until I learned about velocity banking. I didn't know there was a difference.
I didn't either. I really didn't
So
understand
I'm
any of it.
gonna have, there's a couple of things that I've been looking at her like she's nuts on, but
Well, I think she's
Like, I know what I'm doing.
yeah, I think she's leading you in the right direction in this situation.
Right.
Yeah, I'm very glad that you guys are taking the time to learn this. Are you planning to buy a home eventually?
I would like to someday, yes.
Okay,
And
so
then
the Money Max is
yeah.
going to be so helpful with that.
Yes,
So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. If interest rates ever come to that point where we, they
Yeah.
turn around again, and I think they will, then hopefully by that time we'll be ready. And I would like to buy something. And then I know they'll be able to help me pay it off real quick, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
So a couple of things about that. When you get into going to look at homes, September is supposed to have an interest rate cut. So, hopefully we'll start seeing a decline, at least a small one. But don't move into an original mortgage. Find the first lien HELOC to buy that home with. So you start out with a revolving line of credit right there.
Yeah.
If you get into the first lien HELOC with the purchase, then all of your savings can go into there. And now you're revolving that larger account and you're saving so much interest by doing that.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Thank
All
you.
right. You're very
You're
welcome.